All right, BobalosRex here, and it is truly the last vault of the War Within. We're gonna be at a new vault location. I'm gonna be talking about stuff to do next week. I'm gonna be talking about midnight. We're gonna be in Weekly Vault News Midnight Edition. Hopefully, I start to upgrade it, but let's get to it. Let's get to the vault. Let's get to the news. I'm excited, y'all. It's the week. We know what week it is. It is the week. Give me these tokens. Give me this money. Because that's what we need going into this. So, what is going on this week? Weekly wise. Well, we just got the World Soul Delves. So you can knock this out. That was the best one. You could just pick up the delve one, do a delve, get some gold. Maybe get the big bag of gold. Maybe get just like a K or 3K. It's still good to do. Knock it out on as many tunes as you want. We also got Ecodome Aldani for the dungeon. If you want to snag that bonus dungeon rep, you can do that. Otherwise, I mean, I can go over the world bosses. There are the world bosses, you know, but it's done, man. The War Within is done. Basically. Alright, let's go over the events going on, because we got some events going on, and then we'll get to the news. So we got Outland Cup going on. Alright, if you need to finish that up, if you got some Riders badges to get, you can finish that up. FYI, someone let me know. A commenter. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. But the NPCs are actually in the major capitals now, too. So that's great. You don't have to go to Dragonflight. You don't have to go to Dragon Isles. So that's good. Also, the Lunar Festival is ongoing. I talked about that. But make sure you don't miss that stuff, because early access is soon. Midnight soon. You're going to be doing all that. Don't forget that. Get that last minute stuff done before we go into midnight. Now, there is a midnight event. Or another event going on. It's the Dark Moon Fair. You can't see it, but it does start this Sunday. All right. So Saturday night, because it starts at 12:01. It starts when Sunday happens. So be ready for that Dark Moon Fair. Get that 10% rep bonus. And I'm going to talk about it more, but when it comes to doing stuff in midnight, depending on how much you care about min-maxing, you may want to wait to do side stuff until you can get that rep bonus. But let's get into the rest. So, early access week, prepare for midnight. You got a day left. This video is coming out late. You got half a day left to prepare. No horror near in early access. Let's get that out the way. I got my collector's edition. Some people aren't getting their collector's editions until after early access, so that kind of sucks. Here, I lost it. So that kind of sucks, but hopefully they can get sent soon. I got it this week. So I just wanted to mention, I think these collector's editions weren't handled that well. Hopefully they get sent out sooner next time. Because they used to come out, War Within came a lot sooner. Along with the collector's edition, a lot of the midnight crossover items, but most of those come from getting a house. So if you want the Symmetra, you just got to get a house. But if you want the Genji, you got to do the midnight intro. But once we do the midnight intro tomorrow, you got early access. March 3rd if you don't, or the 2nd really. You can do the midnight intro and then get that Genji Devourer skin and all the other stuff. Then we got Pinterest got fixed, so that's good, supposedly. So hopefully people are unbanned on Pinterest. Dark Moon Fair already talked about. Twitch drops will be starting today, the 26th, or not today, Thursday, the 26th. And they will start with early access. Now, actually, the Twitch drop will start with the day. We'll start with reset at 10 o'clock, and then the Twitch drop will start with early access, or the support a streamer reward will start with early access. Don't forget that. And then we also learned that the prey system will be staggered. During early access, we'll have access to normal mode. We'll get access to hard mode on the 2nd of March with the release for everybody. And then the 17th with the season start will be when they get nightmare mode. So you'll basically be able to prepare for it. So then we also got the March trading post was revealed. There's going to be the butterflies, but they're returning butterflies. They're not new. There's like 2 new mounts, carpet mounts. I'm going to go over that in the trading post experience one of these days. And then there was a big housing post. All right, here. You know what? Let's just pull up the big news here. So, March trading post. Carpets. Butterfly wings. Alright. Then we got Warglaives. More carpet. Alright, so there's going to be all that good stuff. You can check that out. I will link that. There was also this housing post that I didn't really go over, but I'm going to talk about it here, where they talked about increasing the decor storage and fixing how decor is stored and deleted. They're talking about fixing some bugs, the housing XP loss, and exterior limits. But what else they're talking about is exterior lighting and increasing the exterior limits, which I just said. More endeavors, the import-export layout feature. They're talking about bringing pets, so that should be soon. It's going to be like a pet decor, and then you select what they do. So that's going to be cool. And then they talked about showcase and visitor codes, because there was just that Azeroth Interiors event. Soul won. Soul and his partner, I can't remember her name. But they won, and I was happy for him because he talked about housing so much. I'm sorry I can't remember her name, but yeah, that was cool. But that event, if you want to check that out, there's a post about that. And then we got an Erator animated short I didn't mention, but there was that. And then we also got the class tuning that I mentioned. So this was the class tuning. They're not going to be tuning again until March 17th, followed by more tuning on the 24th, the 31st, and then at some point past the 7th or on the 7th. So that's when you can expect more class tuning. So everything's going to be the way it is going into the first season. All right. So they're going to basically see how we're doing at 90 and then tune from there. Next up, they had a post here. I'm also going to share this. Welcome home, returning player guide, get people caught up, war bands, dragon riding, transmog, basically on everything they've been adding for the last couple of expansions. So that's cool. And then here's the midnight. Goes live worldwide March 2nd. Early access live February 26th. Tomorrow, I'm excited. I can't wait. All right. We got Zulaman, Eversong, Harandar. Now, I wanted to talk about my plans, but let me make sure I finish the news here. Oh, make sure to finish up the current endeavor. All right. Make sure to finish up your current endeavors. They end in 4 days. All right. So get those done. All right. Now, what are my plans? I wanted to talk about my midnight plans. I'm preparing my characters right now. I should have been. I've been running out of time, yo, because I was sick again. But here's my plan. You want to know my plan, yo? First, you got to do Eversong, right? You want to do the campaign. You can maybe knock out your first random dungeon, because I think the dungeons. I'm thinking, if y'all remember the War Within, we were blasting in dungeons. I wonder if we're going to blast in those first couple of levels in dungeons again. So maybe the first couple of levels, you may want to do a dungeon. But then I'm going to be doing Eversong Woods. Get that done. Then I'm just going to do Zulaman. Get that one done. Do Harandar. Going to get those two done. Then I'm going to be going to run around Erator's Journey. get Voidstorm, get the main campaign done on... Honestly, I think it's going to be on Godfather, because he's my most geared. He's my most geared, so I think he's going to be the quickest. Because you want to get that first tune capped, so you get the bonus. Alright? But you also want to log in to all your characters when you go to take a break. Log in on a couple when you're like walking around or something, so they can get that rested XP taken away. So that's kind of my plan. Focus on the one character, get all the campaign done so I can start skipping on alts and open up the stuff. Do prey on alts, do delves on alts, you know, to level them. But on the first day, I'm going to focus on most likely maybe my goblin, either him or my demon hunter. We'll have to see. And then I got to think about professions, y'all. And I will be doing videos, of course, videos a day still. It'll be all midnight stuff going forward. And then I will be streaming tomorrow for the release, if that's what you're waiting for. And then they added, I forgot it here, but they added the Diablo decor to the promotional decor vendor. So that late in Ogremar and Stormwind that you would get like the Gurgle toy or plushie and stuff like for the Twitch drops. That vendor is going to have the Diablo stuff, so that's cool. That's basically it. It's midnight week, y'all. For WoW, that's basically it. Okay, so let's get to the other games real quick. Hearthstone, Cataclysm Reveal Season ongoing. We got the new event where you can get a Cho'Gall hero skin and some new cards and some packs, so that's cool. And there was a balance patch, so that was good. And then the new Tavern Brawl is just the Blackrock Showdown. Ragnaros versus Nefarian. Then in Diablo, we have the new Diablo season coming up. Alright, the new Diablo season is coming up next month. We got 2 weeks till then. And then Diablo 2, the new season dropped with the Reign of the Warlock. So we had the Reign of the Warlock the week before, but now the new season is out. And the first 300 hardcore Warlocks confirmed by Blizzard will get on a physical Blizzard monument, kind of like the Lilith. So that's cool for Diablo players. And then we should be seeing Diablo 4 news on the Warlock on the 5th. So next week, we'll be getting the Diablo 4 Warlock news. Alright, and then in Overwatch, we had a Domina lore drop. We had some balance patches. It's a new week, new conquest, so it's Talon versus Overwatch again. They had a deep dive on sub roles last week, and then Overwatch Mobile got announced. Okay, it's still early. I don't even think they announced much for it. They just showed it a little bit. But yeah, Overwatch Mobile on the phone. It's top down. It's kind of crazy. But that's it. That's it for the news. All right, I will link these posts here. Which posts am I linking? The Midnight Goes Live posts, the Welcome Home posts for people that are new. Class tuning, I showed it. That I don't need to show that. The Look at Housing post is good. And then the trading post I'll link as well. So the only one I won't show link is the class tuning, because I don't even show the class tuning. That's just announcement of the class tuning, just so y'all know. Alright. So anyways, that's it. I'm excited, dude. I'm excited for midnight. Thank y'all for watching as always. Expect more videos, and I gotta do a Pokemon bingo card because Pokemon Day is coming up. Pokemon Day. I gotta be ready for that. Anyways, thank y'all for watching again. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.